Good evening. Please turn off cell phones and beepers and be mindful of our photographer who will be taking pictures for us. Please stand for our graduates and remain standing through the Star-Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars. Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Gracious God, how good it is to be here today, to give you thanks, to rejoice, and to celebrate with these men and women on their day of graduation. We celebrate a job well done, a goal obtained which has taken years of time, energy, frustration, and joy to complete. We thank you for the stamina and dedication of these students. It has been a long, long journey, and no one has done it alone. We pray that you bestow your warmest blessings on each person who is here today, on each graduate, and we remember with gratitude each parent, grandparent, spouse, child, and friend who supported these students on their journeys. We remember with gratitude each faculty, staff, administration member who opened the minds and warmed the hearts of students on this journey. We also ask that you continue to guide and be with these men and women as they move on to their next challenge, their next goal. Move on to the rest of their lives, secure in the knowledge that through your love, your guidance, they will use the developing knowledge and skills to enrich our common life, to protect and care for each other, as well as your creation. May we savor this moment as a representation of all that has gone on before, and help us to remember this moment as an inspiration of what is yet to be. This we pray in your name. Amen.
You may be seated. Good evening. I'm Jenny Bolte, the Director of Transitional Programs for New River Community College. On behalf of New River Community College, I welcome you to our 2014 Graduation and Achievement Ceremony for the Office of Transitional Programs. We're honored to be celebrating this accomplishment with each of you this evening. We thank each of you for being here to support, encourage, and cheer for our graduates. Tonight we celebrate our adult education, middle college, Plugged in Virginia, and English language civics students who've achieved their citizenship. I offer my gratitude to the following at New River Community College: Dr. Jack Lewis, President; Dr. Mark Rowell, Vice President for Workforce Development and External Relations; Mr. Jose Melendez, Media Services Manager; Mr. John Saunders, Senior Media Technician; and Mr. Rick Maitre, Graphics Coordinator and our ceremony photographer. My deepest appreciation to the graduation committee, coordinated by Ms. Lisa Quisenberry and assisted by Ms. Elizabeth Swing. Thank you for doing such a wonderful job planning and organizing this year's commencement ceremony. I would like to acknowledge the following: the Reverend Vicki Hauk of Christ Episcopal Church, Ms. Valerie Patterson, vocalist; Ms. Sharon Harvey, Chief GED examiner for New River Community College, and the Office of Transitional Programs staff. Thank you to our student speakers, Miranda Donathan, Matthew Weaver, Frida Smith, and Tracy Cranfield. I would like to take a moment to recognize special guests with us this evening. Mr. Jim Andre, Specialist for Federal Programs with the Virginia Department of Education, Office of Adult Education and Literacy. Members of New River Community College's Board of Directors and Foundation Board, and Mr. L.T. Simmons and Dr. Sue Thacker. Thank you all for sharing your time with us this evening. I hope this ceremony will be meaningful to you. I wasn't sure exactly what message I wanted to share with you all this evening, because I too am in a place of transition. Life is funny that way. But then I thought about each of you and your beautiful, smiling faces, your pride in your accomplishments, and the strength as you've struggled for quite some time, even to be here this evening. Then I remembered a comment made in a speech at my daughter's graduation this year. It was intriguing to me, so I whipped out my cell phone, and I got the notepad, and I typed it up. The speaker advised the graduates to strive for excellence, not just success. And that's a pretty profound thought to pass along to a bunch of 18-year-olds who have their whole lives before them. It makes sense, though, doesn't it? But what I want to say to you is to strive for significance. Being significant takes the focus off you and places it on what you can do to help others. Because, after all, you really can't measure excellence or even success by the position you've achieved in a business, the number of plaques you have hanging on your wall, your annual salary, or even your job title. I've seen a lot of people at the top of their field with large salaries and beautiful homes and expensive cars in their driveways. But many of these people are unfulfilled and unhappy. They've worked all their lives to accomplish these tangible things, putting these things ahead of everything else in their lives, especially their family and their faith. They failed to remember what truly matters the most in life as they journeyed down that path toward success. I know the road for many of you has not been easy. I also know that each of you has achieved success because you are significant. You are making a significant contribution to this world, and you're making the world a better place to live in. You have reached the understanding that success is measured by the many times you encountered and persevered through challenges. You also know that success is about the courage you maintained, sometimes through overwhelming obstacles. And yet you kept going. There was a drive in you that brought you to this place, and you worked hard to earn the right to be here. Over my many years here, I've talked to a lot of people who dream about being where you are right now. But what you did was actually wake up every day and you worked hard for it. You are strong, you are determined, you are significant. Life sometimes has a way of getting flipped up on its head. You can panic, cry, scream, and worry, or you can have the quiet resolve to continue to have faith that significant people are meant to do significant things in this world. I hope that you will always remember that the Lord works all things to the good for those who love him and have been called according to his life purpose. And you will see As you will see a little later in our graduation video, it is a new dawn, a new day, and a new life for you and for me. And I hope, like me, you're feeling good. Continue to have faith, have resolve, have courage. Continue to be significant in all that you do. We love you, we believe in you, we wish you peace, joy, and goodwill as you continue down your path. And now I would like to introduce to you Jim Andre. He's the Director for Adult Education, and I consider him a friend. Jim?
Thank you, Jenny. Good evening, graduates, and congratulations. It's an honor for me to be here with you tonight. Over the years, I've attended many graduations, and I look forward to these celebrations as the highlight of my year. And although I probably have attended more than 50, I'm as excited to be here with you tonight as I was for my very first one. Now, sure, I love a good party, but I came to realize early on that graduations are special occasions for me because I get to be surrounded by smart people, and I get to participate in the celebration of smart people's accomplishments. And so tonight, I celebrate you. You are smart people because you realize the importance of earning your credential. Not only are graduates more likely to find a job, they make 43% more money than those without a high school credential. You are smart because you sought out the program. You found the resources in your community. You set goals for yourself to get it done, and you succeeded. And now you're setting the example for folks in your community. You're smart because you passed a very difficult test to earn your GED credential, a test that 40% of graduating seniors did not pass when they developed the test. You are smart because many of you have continued your education through training and education here at New River Community College. 50 years ago, only 40% of jobs in this country required a college education. Today, that's almost 75%. In the next 6 years, jobs that are classified as middle skills jobs, that means jobs that require some technical education, but not necessarily a 4-year degree, will make up 44% of the employment market in Virginia. That's more than the percentage of high-skilled jobs and more than the percentage of low-skilled jobs. In addition, these jobs will typically pay between $35,000 and $75,000, with almost half of them paying $50,000 a year. Graduates, you are smart people, and I thank you for letting me join you tonight. But I have a challenge for you too. Whether you have just earned your GED or whether you earned your certification through the Plugged In program, don't stop there. With every level of education you achieve, your opportunities and your salary will increase, and so will your personal satisfaction. If you haven't begun college or training yet, then start. If you've earned your HVAC certification, take the 2 or 3 extra classes you need to get your electricity certification. If you earned your certification in medical office assistance through Plugged In Virginia, then go for the associate's degree. If you're a welder, find out what it takes for you to become an inspector. In other words, follow your passion. Continue setting goals. Measure your progress towards each of those goals and become a lifelong learner. And there will be no end to your success. For you, this is just the beginning. Thank you.
And now, Miss Valerie Patterson.
when troubles come and my heart burden me, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to almost all these seas. Now I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you, Valerie. And now I would like to introduce to you our first speaker, Ms. Miranda Donathan, who is a graduate of our Plugged In Virginia Medical Office Assistant Program. Miranda?
Well, hello out there. And Valerie, that was a warm song you just sung. Had me in tears, girl. Well, good evening, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Miranda Donathan. I am a member of our community. I'm a Vietnam vet. I'm a wife and a mother. I'm a certified nursing assistant. Well, now at the age of 60, I am a Plug-in Virginia medical office assistant graduate. My journey started when I began the GED program, and since then I have graduated from the GED program. And see, you are never too old to stay in a program. So look at me, I'm 60. I never give up. I stay in focus, and I just keep striving for my journey, no matter where it may take me. I will go and keep going. I didn't go into a nursing program as I planned because I had a year to wait. Well, you know me, I didn't want to wait a year, to start school again, because I was afraid I'd forget everything that I had accomplished. Well, I got a phone call from a Miss Lisa Quessenberry, bless her little heart, I love her to death, about a program called the Plug-in Virginia Medical Office Assistant. Well, that had a very nice ring bell to it, When you say medical office assistant, man, it just gave me chills. And I said, all right, hey, I think I'll go in that program instead of waiting a year later. Well, the name had a nice ring to it, but boy, didn't know what I was in for. I was going to school full time. I worked full time. I had to work 4 12-hour shifts, 4 days in a row. Then I came to school 3 days in a row. So there goes my family life. But I'm so glad I listened to Lisa and joined the program. And where's she at? I want to thank her personally. Lisa, thank you, honey. And I have some other special people I would like to thank. The first one is very special. I want to thank God for helping me and getting me through this program, through the life crisis that everyone has in their life, and just think, am I going to make it another day? Lord, help me get there and help me make it. And He did. So I made it. I want to thank all of my teachers for the hard work and for helping the whole class. My college teachers are Miss Bond, Miss Redpath, and Mr. St. John's. And my plug-in Virginia teachers is Miss Cheryl Jones and Tracy Brockenborough. Sorry if I misspelled your name, Tracy. Brockenborough, okay? Sorry, Tracy. Also, I would like to thank Elizabeth Swain for taking all of the graduation pictures for everyone that has graduated. And I know I bugged this girl to death about my pictures. And she does a great, super job. Even when I tried to stand up on that New River sign out there, she got my picture. I'm old. I had to have help getting up there and down and trying to get up there. And at last, I want to thank my husband, who has supported me during the 22 months of my GED program and my college program. I am proof that it's never too late to go to school to better yourself and to learn the challenge of your life through education. And I want to thank the Department of Education for the funding, for the great program to the people like me to get the skills we need to have a better life. And I would like to thank you for that. I feel much better about myself and know I can accomplish anything I set in my mind to do. And so therefore, my name is Miranda Donathan. I'm proud of a GED graduate, and now I am proud of a college graduate. And I want to thank all of the graduates that are graduating today, all of you, and you're starting your life, starting your dream, and you stay in school and follow that dream and start a journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Miranda. Our next speaker is a graduate from our middle college program, Mr. Matthew Weaver.
Good evening and welcome, students, parents, teachers, and administrators. As I stand here before you all, I think about my past years in school, especially my final years of education at NRCC. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the teachers for all their hard work in helping me achieve my goal of graduating from the adult education program. Thank you, NRCC, for giving kids like me a place to go to school when, for whatever reason, we don't fit in at regular high school. I, for one, didn't fit in because I was small for my age and I had a New York accent. I was different. I was bullied by my peers for this reason. Ultimately, I was pulled out of the public school system and I was homeschooled. I also thank my parents for their patience in standing by me. I was not the easiest child to raise. I'm also thankful for all the learning experience, good and bad, that have shaped me into the person I am today. I had a hard time when I was young. My birth father lived in New York and my mom lived in Virginia. My mom tried her best to keep my birth father in my life, so I spent a lot of time going between New York and Virginia. Ultimately, I was homeschooled in the end. I had a very inspiring male role model step up and show me what a dad really was. My stepdad adopted me and my brother when I was 14. They were rough on me, but it helped me realize how important my education was and still is. So Mom and Mr. Wayne, thank you for pushing me to be my best. So today is a day of ending for a lot of us, and the end of doing something we've been doing for many years or longer. More than that for some of us, and that is getting up every morning, 5 days a week, and going to school. It is the end of seeing the same faces and going to the same place every day. But just as it is the end, it is also the beginning. I look forward to the future. In some ways, I'm no longer a student or a kid. I'm an adult. I'm looking forward to having a successful career and a family of my own. I have plans for the future. I'm happy to say that I've continued my education here at New River. I want to be a psychologist, and after I graduate from New River, I plan on going to Virginia Tech through a guaranteed admissions program. I have 3 semesters left here at New River, and if it weren't for the teachers here at the adult education program and my family, I might not have an initiative to move forward and work towards my future. Thank you. I'm inspired by a quote from Gandhi, which says, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. For those who you really know me, you know I have packed a lot of living into my years, but I have learned from that living, and because of it, I'm stronger and smarter. I look forward to seeing what the next phase of life has to offer. I wish all of you happiness and prosperity. Thank you for all your support and guidance it took me to reach this point in my life. Thank you, Base God.
Thank you, Matthew. Our next speaker is from our adult education program, Ms. Frida Smith.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. My name is Frida Smith. I'm a 42-year-old caregiver. Today is a day I thought I'd never get to see. It has been a long road for me to get here. It hasn't been easy, but I finally did it. This opportunity to stand here today means I am on the right path to a better education, a better job, and a better future. I was always told no because I didn't have a GED. Now I can attend college classes in order to further my career in the medical field and pursue my passion of working with the elderly. I owe a lot of my success to my wonderful support team, including my teacher, Miss Lois Davis, my mother, Miss Dottie Hubbard, and several family and friends. You know who you are, know that you are loved. I wouldn't be here without you. I didn't finish high school because I was hard-headed and just crazy. I just didn't. I stayed in more trouble than anything else, and school was not important to me. As the years went by, I did realize how important of education was to me and getting a better job and bettering my life. My mama started taking the GED classes, and that really inspired me. She always told me we could do it together. She kept pushing me, and she wouldn't even give up, even when I gave up on myself. I failed my test 3 or 4 times. But the last time I was determined, if I didn't pass, I was not going to do it again. I was just going to let it be. I get anxiety when I test, and I'm sure some of you can relate to that. But with a lot of prayer, God was with me, and I passed. I want to express my sincerest thanks to Miss Lois Davis, my GE teacher. She went above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that I had everything that I needed, and I really appreciate that. You was truly inspiring to me. Without her, I don't think any of this would have been possible. She is a marvelous person and a beautiful soul, and I love you, Miss Lois, and thank you for all you did. She will go that extra step, so if there's anybody out here that needs to get her, please do. Oh, thank you for your guidance and your support. You will never know what you have done for me. Last but not least, to my fellow graduates, I wish you all the best of success in life. May you follow your dreams and never lose faith. To all the younger generation, never give up. Life has so much to offer you, and you can do anything that you set your mind to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Frida. Our last speaker is from our adult education program, Miss Tracy Cranfield.
First of all, I would like to thank James for the introduction. Thank you. Hello, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Tracy Cranfield. Y'all just bear with me. I would like to start off with a point that really means a lot to me. For the simple reason is I've been told all my life, you can't. And it couldn't be done. Someone said that it couldn't be done, but with a chuckle he replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be the one who would say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face if he worried he hit it. He started to sing as he tackled a thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that." But he took off his coat and he took off his hat. And the first thing we knew, he begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There were thousands to tell you you cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing and go to the thing, tackle the thing, and you'll do it. To tell you a little bit about myself, like I said, I apologize. To tell you a bit about myself, I grew up in a small town called John Grove, North Carolina. I became a teenage mother at the age of 17. Back then, teenage pregnancies aren't like they are today. They were, for the most part, hidden. I dropped out of school to care for my son. I really missed a lot of the fun and learning of school. I watched my brother and sister graduate and always wanted to walk myself. I was married for 20 years and got divorced, then moved to Blacksburg with my mom, and that's when my whole life changed. My son is a grown man and is a college student now. I have a strong support system now, something I really didn't have before. I met the man of my dreams who told me you can do anything you put your mind to. The support and love from him has brought me all the way to where I am today. Alan, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for going through this journey with me. I know it hasn't been easy, but you never gave up on me. I have watched my inspiration and my hero graduate numerous times from numerous colleges, one of them being Virginia Tech. She is now a lawyer. I have always wanted to be just like my sister, Damie Carter. I have always wanted to follow in her footsteps. Now look at me up here. I sure hope she is proud of the college student that I am becoming. Thank you, Damie, for all your support and prayers. I think they might have finally paid off. I would also like to thank my mother, Paula East, for her support and help, my stepdad, Butch East, for having faith in me and not giving up on me through my rough years. I love you both very much. And also to the strongest woman I know, I thank you for all the long talks, and most of all for showing me no matter how hard the problem is, there is always a solution. By the way, I better see you here in 2016 for the grand finale. I love you and Terry very much. And to my son and brother, JB and Shane Biles, thanks for all the laughs and keeping me in line. You guys are the greatest. I would just like for everyone to know how much this does mean to me. It's been 20-some years in the making. It has been definitely changed my life. I'm enrolled here at NRCC and have finished my first semester. My journey is just beginning. So no matter your age, if you have determination in your heart, you can achieve anything. Just as my story has told you, I'm going to still cowgirl up and finish the part of my journey that will lead me to better places in my life. To quote Lana Cross, one person working toward a dream is worth 99 people just working. So in closing, remember, if you can dream it, go for it. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. And now the next part of our ceremony is a video of our graduates.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. I wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. But life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. 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 So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. For me. You know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel so good. I feel so good.
Susanna Alicia Acavis. Catherine K. Akers. Brian W. Belcher. Teresa A. Bishop. Brandon Terrell Brookman. Joyce A. Buford. Joanne G. Burcham. Carol T. Caldwell. Jennifer R. Caldwell. Anna Y. Carr. Melissa R. Carter. Brianna Lee Cole. Tracy Lynn Cranfield. Susanna R. Crone. I'm so sorry. Savannah R. Crone. Amy R. Greer. John Krivacek, Jr. Sam A. Myers. Ruth Robinson Quisenberry. Joanne D. Ratcliffe. Amy L. Sawyers. Frida D. Smith. Nicole L. Taylor. James T. Troxel. Wyatt Cade Watkins. Matthew O. Weaver. Stacy Ann Zock. Mike F. Lynn. Patricia Dehart. Jessica Hughes. Autumn Mertz. And Miranda Donovan. Graduates, on behalf of New River Community College, I congratulate you. You may flip your tassels. And now I present to you the 2014 New River Community College Office of Transitional Programs graduates. Congratulations, job well done. Everyone is invited to a reception honoring our graduates. The Reverend Vicki Houck will do our closing.
There's very few things that I would get dressed up like this on my day off to attend or be part of, and this is one of it. Every year you inspire me. Congratulations. Go out into the world in peace, have courage, hold fast to what is good, return no one evil for evil, strengthen the faint-hearted, support the weak, and honor all people. May you go out in joy and be led forth in peace. Let the mountains and the hills before you burst into song. Let all the trees of the fields clap their hands, and may God bless you and keep you. May God's love surround you and be gracious to you now and forevermore. Amen.
Please rise for our graduates.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.